Cowboys get set to match up with the New York Giants. Ready to get things rocking, the Pro Bowl kicker from the NFC last year, Aldrick Rosas. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
It's our time. It's our time. Begin.
They run with Ezekiel Elliott, last year's NFL rushing leader. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Again to Elliott. He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He gets it over the middle of Cobb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. And a nice start there to the aerial attack to pick up the first.
And I think preseason is officially over now. Getting into the groove of the regular season, that's a great way to get started. First drive of the season, what a nice completion.
A first down carry by Elliott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers...
Well, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to... amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Good starting field position for the New York Giants here as they come up 1st and 10. Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. A boost here to start the drive after the penalty. It's 1st and 5. Here's a give to Barkley. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Xavier Woods, the free safety, up to make the tackle.
Not a whole lot there after the penalty, but remember, it was 1st and 5, not 1st and 10, so now they can keep grinding out first downs and good things can happen for them. Just 2nd and short coming up.
Recon, 132 fighter. Ready?
A handoff to Barkley. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
I got you.
Hey, 2. Let's go.
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Hey, Delta.
Now Jones going to throw again, eluding the pressure right. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Randy Gregory. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him.
3rd and long.
Set. 60 Pittsburgh.
It's going to be a long.
General West.
It's going to be a long day. Check the backer. Check the backer.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Jones. And the pressure gets to him again. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
Tavon Austin, he's going to go. And he takes it all the way, but there is laundry on the field. A flag is down, and I think this one's coming back.
I agree.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. A give to Elliott running left. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 52 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
And now out come the Giants. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground at Saquon Barkley. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10.
Whip. Watch the whip. He's coming. We got double up.
Off play action. Jones. This one is Slayton over the middle. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley and another 1st and 10 here. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And that will be incomplete. They couldn't hook up on what's going to be the final play of this first quarter. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
He can't, man. He's not going to get me. 56 to Mike.
Hey, pick up.
Get in 56, Mike.
Here's Jones. Throwing again. Going to throw deep for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line. So they decline the penalty. That seems a little odd.
I'm trying to work through it and work with them to figure out why.
Well, someone's got to be confused.
That's what I think. I'm pretty sure that the bench is saying take the penalty, and somehow in the heat of the moment, they thought they were saying decline the penalty, and that's going to work against them. They should have taken it.
The holding penalty negates a good return as they'll start just past the 20. They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now Prescott lets it fly deep for Cobb. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Thomas.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern.
And 12 at the 18-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now this time he'll look to throw. We'll get this out to Barkley, complete. It's a gain of 5. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
56 to Mike.
X3, 218, chop. Get it.
Jones to throw on 3rd down. And Tate's got it. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down. This quarterback now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Jones now from the gun, he'll throw. Caught right side, Tate. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 23 yards, the final tally. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He completes it to Tate. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Flushed out right. This will be caught at about the 6. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal. And the ball smacked down on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Jones escaping the pressure right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
56, Mike, 56. All right, T, let's go. All right, T.
Out. Hey, Alpha.
Now Jones going to throw on 3rd and goal. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. No surprise there. 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Tavon Austin, he's going to go. The 30. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tavon Austin, 98 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. I know a lot of special teams coaches, they just want to keep it away from him because that's what he can do.
And others have egos that their players can't keep up with. And they say, challenge him, kick it to him. The way he runs as fast as he is, I wouldn't challenge him at all. I'd do everything possible to keep it away.
He is just a blur when he gets a full head of steam, and he got a full head of steam there.
The Giants take over. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
New York set to take the field. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. Yeah, he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
2nd and 7 at the 45-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, my 7. 2.
Off the play fake. Jones. He's going to air one out. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott looking deep in the direction of Cooper. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
On the double.
That's caught by Meredith, right side. A very solid gain of 27.
Here we go.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
64, weak. Hey, wahoo. Go.
Mike 5. Let's go, defense.
Ready?
On 2nd and 12, Jones. He's going to wind up and air it out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And he will take it out to the 25-yard line. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Prescott down. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Cobb. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They'll run on first down. It's Elliott. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Again, it's Elliott. It's a gain of 6, moves them to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go. 8, read.
Here we go, deep. Here I come.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Flush to his right. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Well, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Got it.
5, Mike 5. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Off the bootleg, Jones. And he comes back with one complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
Here's Jones, throwing on 1st down. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
1st down, New York.
This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
You know what the key to a good screen pass is, don't you?
But you're going to tell me, good blocking?
Well, good blocking eventually. But first is good acting. You want to let the defenders go past you, leak out to whichever side or even in the middle where you want to set up the screen, and then you do your blocking. How about the read, though, by the defensive guys? They weren't fooled at all and actually ran with the lineman to where the play was and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. The Giants on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12. Jones operating from the gun. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Remember, with Rosas, there was some speculation last year in the preseason that he might not hold on to his job with the Giants.
But he certainly answered the challenge, didn't he? 32 of 33 during the regular season. 97% that is, and was named to the NFC Pro Bowl team. And by the way, at 6'3", 234, he can bench press your kicker.
And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the 3rd quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the 4th quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly. Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys with a football. They'll be looking to tack on to their lead as we get set for the 4th. Well, some good games around the league here early in week one, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Shamar Stephen breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked.
Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Why ain't?
Go. You ain't going nowhere. 5-2 is the Mike. Mike 5-2. Mike 5-2.
26.
Another try after the first down sack. Prescott. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
On the set.
56. And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
Now Jones, a big spot for the rookie from Duke. Now they go screen. It's complete. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Mike 56.
2nd and 6. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Jones. And Ingram's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Evan Ingram. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants are an extra point away from tying up this football game. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded at the 2. Then he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
2nd and 3 at the 45.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Prescott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf.
Everyone's got four.
Hey, team 6, team 6. Roll out. Hit it.
They begin with a run by Barkley.
You ain't going nowhere.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
It's easy work, and it's coming again.
And inches at the 30-yard line.
So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Jones now off the play fake. Throw left side complete to Ingram. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Hey.
Motion. 56,
A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Now Jones, off play action, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Haywood. Hurry.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike.
And the blitz does come. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 2 huge plays there down the stretch. The sack on second down. Now they force the incompletion. That's going to lead to a do-or-die 4th down.
And they look like they've got the confidence right now that no matter what gets thrown against them, but whatever play gets run, they have the ability to shut it down. They're just brimming with it right now.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
Here we go. Come on, in.
Mike 52. Here we go. Alert 3.
Here we go. Going to 54. Wide in. 26.
Here's Prescott. And he gets up near the 25 to about the 24 before going out of bounds. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
It's funny when I go back to our pregame meeting with Amari Cooper and we mentioned, what if they play man coverage against you? He almost seemed offended by it, didn't he?
I'll beat it. That's basically what it said, right?
I mean, the best receivers we've ever talked to and covered, when you talk about covering them with one guy, they think that's a personal affront. If they feel like if they can't just beat one defender, then they're not very good.
Hey, kill. Hey, that's 26.
Prescott to throw. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go. 54. Wide in.
Now Prescott. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Then we're going to 53. We go 46. 26.
Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. Oh, no, he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
And this is one of those bang-bang plays, Charles. Did the knee hit first or did the ball come out first?
This is where you need that 20/20 eyesight, don't you, Brandon? You've got to see which one happened first. If the knee hit the ground, then they will keep possession.
Throwing again on second down. Prescott. Here we go. This to avoid overtime. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
So a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Let's go, fellas.
Ready? 8, read.
You got nothing here. You got nothing.
A toss out to Barkley. Pretty move. He finds an opening past the 40. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
Hey, back up. 80 weapons.
Now a first throw here in overtime. On the crossing route, complete. That's Tate. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
10-2 stop.
Hey, check my 50. Mike is a 15. Check.
Looking to throw. Jones. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Jalen Smith able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
Topper! Hey, Charlie. Ready?
Jones fakes the give to Barkley. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 4 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Set up, 30 base. Hey, foxtrot.
50's the mark. 50's the mark. I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. Mike's 50, Mike's 50.
Go.
Hey, Mike's
Back to throw. Jones. Oh, and it's intercepted. It's Nick Perry with a pick. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about you. Throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. As a fan of the NFL, for an opener, you can't ask for much more than this overtime in Week 1.
I know it's hard to believe that some people may not have been watching our game, but I'll bet through social media they found out this one was snug and getting into overtime, and they flipped over here in a hurry. This is fantastic. If you're a fan of ball, you love these types of games.
They go to Elliott again. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now what can Prescott do in the OT? And Austin Seferian-Jenkins has it. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Out now comes the Cowboys punter. On for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Here's Switzer. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. Well, now they'll try the end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Hey, exit.
Here's Jones. Off the play fake. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That one good for 26 and a 1st down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Jones, off play action, rolling to his right. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. That's good for 28 yards. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a 1st down or big yardage. Because whether you're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal.
Bravo.
2nd and 5. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Jalen Smith giving him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. Jones now. From the gun, he'll throw to the end zone, but it's incomplete. And that is well short. Well left to boot. It's no good. Now the timeout comes here. In the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. Now the timeout comes here. In the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And he got it. The kick is good in overtime. He's able to split the uprights. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.